Welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we delve into the remarkable life of Joan of Arc, a courageous and inspirational figure from medieval history. From her humble beginnings as a peasant girl to her pivotal role in the Hundred Years' War, Joan of Arc's story is one of unwavering faith, strategic brilliance, and unwavering determination. Join us as we explore her extraordinary journey, her military victories, and the enduring legacy she left behind. Get ready to be inspired by the awe-inspiring tale of Joan of Arc, a true icon of bravery and conviction. Let's dive in. Her birth and youth. Joan of Arc, also known as Joan of Arc, was born on January 6, 1412 in Domrémy, a small village in France. She comes from a modest peasant domestic family, her father being a farmer and her mother taking care of the work. From an early age, Joan showed signs of piety and religious devotion. She was known for her fervent piety, spending long hours praying in the local church and taking part in religious processions. Her adolescence was marked by the events of the Hundred Years' War which opposed France and England. The French territories were then occupied by the English and their Burgundian allies. According to historical accounts, Joan of Arc began to receive heavenly visions and voices from the age of 13. These visions are said to have been sent to her by saints and angels, including Saint Michael, Saint Catherine of Alexandria and Saint Margaret. The celestial voices gave her a divine mission, that of freeing France from English occupation and crowning the Dauphin Charles VII as King of France. At the age of 17, Joan of Arc went to the court of the Dauphin Charles VII in Chinon, where she was received by the king. Convinced of the veracity of the sound visions, Charles VII assigned her an army and gave her the command to liberate the city of Orleans, which was besieged by the English. Thus, the youth of Joan of Arc was marked by her deep faith, her mystical visions and her key role in the Hundred Years' War. Her extraordinary destiny was about to come true, and she was to become one of the most iconic figures in French history. Her military campaigns. Joan of Arc led several military campaigns during her brief career. One of her most famous and decisive campaigns was the lifting of the siege of Orleans in 1429. Leading a small army, Joan managed to break the English siege that had lasted for months. His inspiring presence and charismatic leadership galvanized the French troops, who won a series of decisive victories, thus enabling the liberation of Orleans. After the victory at Orleans, Joan accompanied the Dauphin Charles VII to Reims, where he was crowned King of France. This campaign was a strong symbol of Charles VII's legitimacy as French sovereign. Joan of Arc also led military campaigns in other parts of France occupied by the English. She participated in the Battle of Patay in 1429, where French troops, led by Joan, won a landslide victory against the English. This victory solidified Jeanne's position as a military leader and boosted the confidence of the French troops. Joan of Arc's military campaigns were marked by her courage, daring strategy and ability to inspire her troops. Her impact on the course of the Hundred Years' War and on the history of France is undeniable, making her an emblematic figure of resistance and determination. Her trial and eventual death. Joan of Arc's death is a tragic part of her story. After being captured by the Burgundians and delivered to the English in 1430, she was taken to Rouen, where she was subjected to an ecclesiastical trial by an ecclesiastical court favorable to the English. Joan was charged with several counts, including heresy, claiming to receive divine revelations, and wearing male clothing. The accusation of heresy was the most serious, as it called into question the validity of his visions and his divine mission. The trial was unfair and tainted by bias. Joan was subjected to prolonged and often hostile interrogations, aimed at discrediting her and forcing her to confess to heretical acts. Despite the pressures, she maintained her position and defended the legitimacy of her actions. Finally, on May 30, 1431, Joan of Arc was sentenced to death by the court. She was condemned to the stake, symbol of her condemnation for heresy. On May 24, she was taken to the Place du Vieux Marquis in Rouen, dressed in a convict dress, and burned alive in front of a large crowd. The death of Joan of Arc was a tragic event that shocked many people in France and around the world. She became a symbol of courage, devotion and martyrdom, and her unjust execution ultimately contributed to her status as a saint and a national heroine in France. Despite her tragic death, Joan of Arc's legacy has survived through the centuries. Her name remains synonymous with courage, faith and resistance, and she continues to inspire generations of people around the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the extraordinary life of Joan of Arc. From her humble beginnings in Domrémy to her pivotal role in the Hundred Years' War, Joan's story is one of courage, faith, and unwavering determination. We hope this video has shed light on the incredible achievements and sacrifices of this remarkable woman. Joan's unwavering belief in her divine mission, her strategic brilliance on the battlefield, and her unwavering spirit continue to inspire us to this day. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history. Let us honor the legacy of Joan of Arc by spreading awareness of her extraordinary life and the impact she made on the world.